Karibu nyumbani.
Yakegima naende masoge omwanchi omulgelio Getembe TV Ekeonga weekend Chinsa Isano na Ibere chitariki Isano chomo tyenyoka nebo mwaka w'ekiri 2025 ncheni gwankuru kwa Ruth Morara Kevin Ongeli korua sense moyo kwene kyabuna chibichana maliogi ngo gwekera bire asenjera yo gwekirano na togo chaka nigo ekyombekelia kya ILO kyarwete amegelio gotia asaba ali mu bali bobo gotia sabo ncholelia gotia saba ali mu bwe chiskuru chobo bundi imeyoro gongorwa gusi igoro yo boncholelia.
Mimi naitwa Morara, nafanya kazi na Action Africa Project Kenya. Main office yetu iko Nairobi. Nashukuru sana kwa Kisii kuturuhusu sisi kupata nafasi ya kuwa hapa na kuturuhusu kuwa na the instructors na trainees ambao wamekuwa na sisi hizo siku 11, jambo ambalo sio la kawaida. Ni jitihada kubwa sana. Wameacha mafamilia zao nyumbani, wamekaa na sisi hapa. Tunaomba walichojifunza hapa waende na wenyewe wakapitishe hiyo elimu kwa watu wengine waweze kujifunza, especially masuala ya biashara na pia kwenye masuala ya tea and coffee, sababu hiyo ndio sekta yetu kuu ya eliminate child labor.
Tumekuwa na training ya 10 days hapa Ufanisi Hotel ambako tumeweza kutrain 20 consultants ambao wametoka VTCs, Vocational Training Colleges all over Kisii. Tumerealize ya kwamba many of these watu wengi wa vocational training colleges ama wale wanafunzi wanatoka vocational training colleges kama wasusi, kama carpenters, kama masonry, wanatafuta kazi na sio rahisi kupata kazi. So tunajiuliza ni aje wanaweza jianzishia kazi zao. So ndio tunataka tuwa train kwa hizo vocational training colleges. Wakimaliza hiyo skill ya kuwa carpenter, ni aje huyo mtu anaweza jiajiri anzishe kazi yake. Kama ni kazi ya carpentry aweke workshop. Na sio hapa Kisii but all over the country. Kama ni ususi, ni aje anaweza anzisha salon yake ili aweze kujiajiri na ajiri watu wengine. So kwa hivyo tumeweza kutrain 20 consultants ambao ni instructors wa vocational training colleges hapa Kisii, so that to reduce ile kitu program yao inaitwa Acel Africa, waweze kureduce kitu inaitwa child labor ama tuweze kusimamisha the poverty cycle. Sababu
nigo narenge omwanafunzi oyo mo olinge kwegera amangana yo chake biashara aigase county yetu ya Kisii na nini wangwakira sana organization ya ILO asinge nchugwa nchirana na ndigo cha kokonya abasaya ase ekenyore ese county yetu ya Kisii twayegeira amangana amangi na ndi twararire ngakitugo chiko chaka kwegeria abasaya muna bakonyara kwa bagochaka ibiashara muna bakorengera ibiashara kibara chake muna bara chake ibiashara byabo na ndi muna bara nyare ko bimuke igore rindi bigenderere bikine bakikonyara kuyirikia abanene sengenche county yetu yatwarira abasaya bangi batari gukora egasi asengenchi yo kuremerwa konge weto utanyora na ibesa cyo gukora ibiashara
twarengese training ya SIYB yarengi sponsored na ILO yarengi gutwege
mo director o NIS Nordin Haji nigo atebire muna obusambasa gwa taarifa cy'obokora kwabeire ekegosererio ase oburendi bwa Kenya nigarure egekurere egetindi na goteba buna abantu bari baratoke bakugenderera gusambasa taarifa cy'obokora ase emitandao y'ekerero nigo barachikoimukirwa egetambukire egetindi kolende naye nekyabuna aba ekatiba nechikoenekia kongo chikoenekiere buna oburendi mbororo ase ebirengerero koenanwa.
The proliferation of information and disinformation campaigns, exacerbated by the use of AI-generated content, has waged a war against truth, with governments being the biggest targets. I therefore welcome the resounding commitment to uniting our efforts to counter the growing influence of these threats. I look forward to furthering our engagement in these subjects during our upcoming Committee of Intelligence and Security Services of Africa meeting in Algiers, where we aim to deliberate on disinformation and fake news and their implication for the stability and security of states. And this is not to be confused with us trying to muzzle free speech and the right to freedom of speech at all. And this is not to be confused with us trying to muzzle free speech and the right to freedom of speech at all. We're talking about fake news, disinformation, misinformation, the sum of which would end up making citizens making decisions that are not informed and that are ill-informed.
This calls for cooperative and collective security approaches, including intelligence, knowledge sharing, and collaborations in addressing emergent transnational security challenges such as digital frontier threats, violent extremism, and terrorism.
Omurai ya Kenya umuske Dr. William Ruto nigo araitege ikaro nebyombe bitano na kemo ibibitenenderete oburendi imeya ense ya Afrika asate betabuna obusambazo gwa taarifa cy'obokora ase mitandao y'ekerero nacho cyabeire egosererio enkongo wochia ase oburendi bwense ya Kenya.
The very real threat of vaccine stockouts that will directly impact the health of millions of children across the country. We issue an urgent call to the Ministry of Health and the National Treasury to take immediate action to fulfill this obligation.
And we want to make sure that no child misses immunization at the right time. Now, HENET has been very, very active in that space with all the over 100 NGOs that, and civil society bodies that are its members, in making sure that
omwanchia omurigereria tigatasabo kwabira asengenche gutumana gwechi bichana mariogi asembe tigatanya robot yuru asobikirani wano.
As you are our first guest under my Director of Intelligence and his team, please report them to me. I know what to do. Whether confronting impunity, corruption, or violent extremism, strategic intelligence remains the cornerstone of societal stability. Let this conference be a turning point, a moment where we collectively commit to tackle the defining challenges of our time with clarity, unity, and courage. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area stands as our flagship for economic integration and a springboard to global competitiveness. We champion deeper integration into global systems, economic, financial, and trade, while strengthening internal resilience through homegrown solutions.
Your Excellency, our conversation centered on the opportunities and challenges presented by the digital frontier, an era of transformation that holds immense potential for Africa's growth, but also demands strategic collaboration to navigate the risks it presents. Our gathering here reaffirms our dedication to shaping a future where innovation, cooperation, and a shared continental vision drives Africa forward.
Obwabani bwasоire asense ya Kenya asikiribate biribuna omoroberio wose echanjo nigera chikubura guchakira omutenyo gatano narimo ose omwaka oyo w'ekiri 2025 asense ya Kenya Umora ibense ni gaburiwe amona bari batenenete echanjo kurigeria egekorekyo eri banyare ko babagwikirania echanjo gotoka asensi to gwikira omutinyo yo.
The very real threat of vaccine stockouts that will directly impact the health of millions of children across the country. We issue an urgent call to the Ministry of Health and the National Treasury to take immediate action to fulfill this obligation.
And we want to make sure that no child misses immunization at the right time. Now, Hennet has been very, very active in that space with all the over 100 NGOs and civil society bodies that are its members, in making sure that we lobby government to put a good amount of money for us to be able to be self-reliant when it comes to immunization.
As a government, we should also put our efforts there so that we budget for this, where instead of just depending on the outsiders to support us, because you know they support us today and tomorrow they pull out, and when they pull out, then the question is what will happen to our children. So for me, it is the best thing we can do is to push and put this in the budget so that our young people can be well protected.
We have seen is that yes, the country is putting in money. There is a dedicated budget line for immunization in our budget. But then, of course, when we look at the previous financial years, we've seen that we are allocating an average of around 1.5% of the national budget to immunization. And when we looked at the year 2020-2021, the country had put in around 1.4 billion shillings, which is on average about 13.5 million USD to support immunization. At that point, that was a significant increase in vaccine financing by the country because the previous...
Na chinga kiomura igwense ya Kenya umuske Dr. William Ruto agenderete netaro ya matuko atano gochia asorgongorwa Mount Kenya ritkori harero nigaikirana ase Chinsa mochiri cha Nyeri abo asariganigwa no governor bwe county eyo magayo komotaibu natali kingpin asorgongorwa Mount Kenya chinga kiechio nigo umura igwense amono mukonyoe umuske kiture kindiki babaina kile namba chiko bagekorera amagenderero anene mono ase Chinsa mochiri chio bonchoria amono kubaikirania Chinsa mochiri chio kubabekira omuchinguru chomorero.
Mwadhani agosho. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Basi watu wa Odhaya na watu wa Nyeri, kwanza wacha mimi niseme asante sana kwa kutukaribisha Odhaya siku ya leo. Mimi nataka niwashukuru na vile vile niwaeleze nimefika hapa Nyeri, hapa Odhaya leo kwa mambo matatu ya muhimu sana. Ya kwanza, wakati nilikuja hapa mulinieleza ya kwamba bado tuko na manyumba nyingi Odhaya ambayo haijaunganishwa na stima. Ni kweli? Na juzi nilikuja hapa Nyeri kuanzisha program kubwa ya kuongeza stima kwa watu wa Nyeri County. Na nimekubaliana na huyu Mount Kenya, huyu Wainaina huyu mbunge wenu. Sawa sawa. Nimekubaliana na Mount Kenya.
Tulikuwa vijana wake. Alitufundisha siasa nzuri, siasa safi ya kuweka masuala ya wananchi mbele, mambo ya wananchi mbele. Siasa inakuja wakati wa kampeni. Rais
Kerawo mwancho murigeria na tugo chikobutulira aye Ekeonga Chinsa Isano na Ibere tomera na chikoraga Chinsa 10 ase Ekeonga Chinsa 10 no bwenge ncheni gonkoro kwa Ruth Morara Kevin Yongeri korwa senchira yechibichana mariogi.
eduka yobomo ya Uhuru Superstores Limited nero eduka echolide ilikuwa tukachirangi cha Crown Paints eyuere company nambe yemo eyokorose chirangi meyense yiga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira soko raisia ebintu biria bikomanya segeka ngo kwanira chirangi echo boigo chire chechi brand ao echo chire chingi ya kirage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao punabono mbabwate chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ye nyumba chire chikomentera nigwa amavuta yani oil na boigo chiria chia mache inyuranga chirangi chiga nigo chire korwase chire cheri guririke iriya gatigati wekariguri iriya bantabatinu boigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka eyibwate emixer eyibwochoganya chirangi wikabunuragani ochoganiri erangiriga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores nabo kwegena muna ekale awatagete nigo kwayenyora bwikirano tutarire rero eriwe nyorere abamanyi naboigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chibiasara nchibwa tokorekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego toka se enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumuchuyigo musongo eyuerangene duka ya Safaricom Mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyuere angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakiresi nigwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.